It's live on WOCA. The Source.
Solicitations on your phone and everything. And I bought a couple T-shirts. I bought a T-shirt for my wife for Mother's Day that was from the dogs, with talking about how she's a good dog mom, and they all had their paw print and their name in the paw print and everything. So I get T-shirt solicitations now because I bought this off the internet. And one of the solicitations comes in, it gives me two shirts, and they're funny saying shirts. One of them is going to get me in trouble, so I don't think I'm going to buy it. It says, "My wife says I only have two faults. I don't listen," and something else. That's pretty good. But this is the one I'm definitely going to buy this shirt. I have neither the time nor the crayons to explain this to you. Oh, that's worth its weight in gold right there. I have neither the time nor the crayons to explain this to you. And then finally, this one, I really want this shirt too. People say I'm condescending. This is a great shirt. People say I'm condescending. That means I talk down to people. Okay, I can wear that shirt. I can definitely wear that shirt. So, but I'm not condescending much. Not much. Remember we talked about the officer who was suspended for a 40-hour pay week without pay, plus he has his license suspended for 3 months because of the accident that was caused on Camp where he hit a Jeep as he was running 75 miles an hour with no lights and sirens on. Well, the city of Ocala has received a letter of intent to sue from the attorney who represents the man whose vehicle was struck by that officer. The letter of intent is a statutory requirement. It must be sent to the municipality 6 months prior to filing a suit. The law firm of Gilligan, Gooding, Batzel, Anderson, and Phelan will handle the representation for the city. They say they're working with the city's risk management team to investigate the claim. They were asked whether the city is paying for the victim's medical bills and or repair of his Jeep. They said nothing has been paid for at this time. They're looking into the matter, and the investigation remains active. James Collins of the law firm Ayers, Cluster & Collins, he's the representative of the injured man, James Montgomery. Collins told the Star Banner that his client is very much pro-law enforcement. He supports law enforcement. He said OPD is a first-class operation in keeping our citizens safe. However, Officer Justin Pagano in this instance was negligent, and he and the department should be held accountable. Collins says the OPD's report and the internal affairs investigation completed on the crash were unbiased and objective. He said Mr. Montgomery was very glad that Pagano did not lose his job. But there has been a letter of intent sent to the city from an attorney who represents the man who was struck earlier this year by Officer Pagano, who was deemed to be speeding and not where he was supposed to be. And he got a 40-hour pay suspension and a 3-month suspension of his license. Well, now the city is facing a lawsuit over that accident. If you're going to Disney this weekend, take your mask with you. Guests must mask up indoors and on transportation starting today. The company announced Wednesday night that guests ages 2 and older will have to don face coverings for all indoor attractions and on all Disney transportation. They will remain optional outdoors. They had just lifted the indoor mandate on June 15th. While proof of vaccination was not required, masks were recommended for those who were not vaccinated. Now they're mandatory for all except outside. Face coverings, again, are requested for all guests 2 and up, while indoors and on the Disney buses, monorails, Skyliner, regardless of vaccination status. All guests must be with at least 2 layers of breathable material, fully cover the nose and mouth, secure under the chin, fit snugly but comfortable against the side of the face, be secured with ties or earlobes, and allow the guest to remain hands-free. Not contain valves, mesh material, or holes. That comes right on the heels of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention's latest recommendation that vaccinated Americans must resume wearing masks indoors. Now I'm to understand that the CDC has said if you've been vaccinated, but you've been exposed to somebody who has COVID, now they want you within 3 days to go get a test to see if you have COVID. I'm confused. If I get vaccinated, why do I have to worry about getting COVID? The vaccination is 98% effective. If I'm not vaccinated, I can get COVID. I get that. But if I'm vaccinated, I can get COVID, but the vaccination is 98% effective. Something about that math, folks. Something about that math isn't adding up. Maybe, I don't know. Go get the shot. If you want to get the shot, go get the shot. And know that if you get the shot, the CDC says you can still get COVID, and if you get COVID, they want you to go get tested for it again. Or if you're exposed to somebody that has COVID, they want you to go get tested, because even with the shot, you can get the virus again. Well, why would I take the shot? So let me get this right. I don't take an experimental drug and I can get COVID. I do take an experimental drug and I can get COVID. Huh? What? I don't think they know their tail from a hole in the ground. I just don't. I think that they're trying to just come up with ways to try to quell this. And I know Florida hospitals say they're filling up, and hospitals around the nation with the Delta variant and everything. I understand all that. And the Delta variant, maybe this. But now they're saying the vaccination works against the Delta variant. But if you get the vaccination, you still got to go get tested if you're around somebody with the Delta variant. I'm confused. We'll be back with Dumb Crip News next, right here on The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
The best herb varieties to grow for your